So good evening everyone. Let's go on our lesson. No? For this evening, we're going to discuss building materials, no, as part of our module number 2. We have 3 lessons in module number 2. The stone and building materials, no, regarding stones and masonry. Then we also have a lesson about metals, no, which is the ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Let me check first kung anong specifics nun. Yun nga, ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Alright. So, let's first define what is stone masonry. Okay? So, I have some idea, no, na meron na kayong narinig about stone masonry. But for now, we're going to have a definition what is stone masonry. So, pag inassemble natin si stone, it is called already masonry, no? Assembly of stone, right? Assembly of stone bonded together by mortar. No, alam niyo ba yung mortar? Alam niyo yung mortar? Yung halo ng semento, yun yung mortar. To form walls and other part of a building. Parang yun yung nagiging bonding agent between the two stones, no? Kung CHB man yan, concrete hollow block, yung mortar yung kanyang bonding agent, yung nasa gitna between the two, no? So yan yung nagbabond sa kanila para stronger yung kanilang connection, no? Even you stuck it in a high manner, no? Pag nakastuck na siya at tumatayo na as a wall, okay? So yung sa pagitan nun is nilalagyan natin ng mortar, okay? So that is stone masonry. So these are the examples of stone masonry. Pwede siyang natural stone, as you can see, no? Ito yung mga natural stone. Ito kasi slated to, no? Yung mga flat. Ito naman are the natural stone works, no? Within a different category. And this one is parang ano to? A natural stone din siya pero machine cut, no, or naka-industrial cut. Yung mga malilinis tignan, no. So makikita natin yan sa mga hardware, no, and building depot, no, yung mga Wilcon depot, ano pa, yung dyan sa inyo siguro CW Homes depot, ano pa, Wilcon, na yun yung mga pinakasikat na mga depot natin. Okay, so may kasama yung stone masonry in their, kasama ng mga tiles, no, stone masonry. So we have different kinds of classification of stone masonry. We have number 1, the rubble. If we say rubble, it is essentially crude, uncut stone, no, that is collected as filled stone having rounded, natural face, or angular broken face. Ito yung angular broken faces, no? So ito yung rubble yung tawag natin dyan, okay? Angular cutted faces or rounded, yan, rounded, okay? There is no attempt to produce an orderly course, whether vertically or horizontally. Small spaces are filled with smaller stones when laid on wall. The pattern can be like this, no? So this one is coursed, no? Kumbaga in horizontal manner or a vertical manner. So yan yung itsura niya when you laid it in coursed. Pag random naman, no? So kung nakita mo, meron siyang slanting, meron siyang horizontal, okay? Meron din siyang vertical, and other spaces have been filled by small cuts of stones, okay? So that is random layout, no? So dito naman ang course layout. So ito yung rubble classification, right? Next, we have ashlar masonry. Sa ashlar masonry, requires use of finely dressed cut, kumbaga na processed na mga stone, no, or cut through machine. And sometimes inaano pa yan ngayon, yung sinasander, no, and carefully worked and joined, laid together in cement or lime. Okay, nagamitan din siya ng cement, no, mas fine yung ginagamit sa kanya na bonding agent. Cement or lime mortar of equal size joints the right angle to each other. Okay, so uniform, tignan natin, naka right angle ba siya? Okay, naka right angle. Ganun din sa kabila, no, naka right angle. Okay, any design that is being used in a formally layout, no, is ashlar masonry, or we have different kinds naman, no, later may coarse tayo at saka random ashlar. So the joints between the stones are very thin. Okay, the joints between the two are thin, nakikita naman natin obviously. So regular or uniform thickness, no, which the ashlar masonry makes it very strong and sturdy. Okay, we go deeper to the image of the coarse ashlar and random ashlar. Okay, what can you notice on the two, between the two? Okay, anyone? You can raise your hand and give your opinion between the two. Alright, sige. Can you speak? The first one na nag-raise ng hand. Hindi ko makita eh.
Sir, sa random ashlar, mas makikita mo yung texture niya at saka mas randomized yung sizes niya kumpara sa coarse ashlar.
Alright. So, thank you so much, no? So, obviously, makikita naman natin what are the difference between the two. And ang isang prominent doon is yung kanyang orientation, no? Orientation and its layout. Kumbaga, si random ashlar, random din yung kanyang sizes. Although thin yung kanyang thickness, no, between the two, yung pagkakadikit sa kanila, pero it still have the characteristic of a ashlar masonry. And while the coarse ashlar naman is, nakita natin, is uniform, no, yung kanyang size. Okay, thank you so much. No? We go to the next type of masonry. Okay, additional lang tong definition for ashlar, no? It could be selected, trimmed, or cut into specified or indicated shape or size without one or more mechanically dressed surface. Type of ashlar masonry, no? So meron siyang subcategory, no, si ashlar masonry. There are factors like the arrangement of the stones, laying of the stones in regular course. Okay? So tandaan nyo, there are factors like arrangement of the stones, regular courses with continuous joints, broken courses, height and length are defined by these types, no? So number 1 dyan is yung ashlar rough tooled masonry. So this type of masonry are the beds and the sides are finely chiseled, dressed, but the exposed face is dressed by tough rough tooling. So pwede siyang gamitan ng rough tool, like for example steel brush, no? This dressing gives the masonry a rough, exposed finish to the masonry. So kung titingnan natin siya, even in the first thing that is going to register, no, is it's already rough, no? So basically yung application nito is pwede siya Pwede pa rin siya pang interior, pero mostly pang exterior, no, yung kanyang output, no, or yung kanyang application. Okay? So that is ashlar rough tooled masonry. So ginagamitan siya ng tools, no, to make it more look like rough on its appearance. Then we have ashlar fine tooled masonry. So this is a type of ashlar stone masonry which uses fine, no, type or chisel dress to remove the unevenness. Okay? To remove all the unevenness and obtain perfectly horizontal and vertical joints. Kung nakikita nyo, fine nga yung kanyang vertical and horizontal edges. Okay? The mortar of these joints are so thin that they are barely exposed, which give this type of masonry a very close and packed finish. So, ito yung kanyang itsura when we zoom in, no? The ashlar fine tooled masonry. Continue. We're going to have ashlar facing. So, iba-iba yung facing ng ashlar depende sa type and location of the masonry on the face of the wall. Okay? So, ashlar facing, may tinatawag tayong technique na ashlar facing. This one is type of ashlar masonry to give the building an exposed and good aesthetics, no? Especially sa corner yan ginagamit. So the exposed faces of the stones are rough tooled and chamfered. Yung chamfered is nilalagyan siya ng smooth corner cut. Okay? Usually pag naka-chamfered. Next, we have this type of ashlar masonry, the chamfered ashlar. No? Special type of ashlar rock face in which the strip is provided around the perimeter of the exposed face is chamfered, no, at an angle of 45 degree to a depth of 25 mm. No? So, chamfered yung kanyang term na ginamit. Pero pag sa glass kasi, yung tawag dyan is beveled. No? Binibevel natin siya. Okay? Kumbaga, itong side na to is more likely nakaano siya, cut, no, area from this side. Alright, so that is chamfered ashlar masonry. Then we have the stone masonry setting, no? Uses of stone masonry setting. We have number 1, paneling. These are thin slabs of cut stones to dimension and thickness to cover back-up walls and provide finished exterior. Kumbaga ginagamit siya as finishing material. No? So kung may likod ka na wall and you don't want that likod of wall to be exposed, pwede mo siyang lagyan ng paneling, no? Yan. Okay? Isang buong cut, no, ng stone masonry at inilalagay siya dun sa wall mo. So, we have different kinds of pampadikit, no, on that certain type of ashlar paneling, na stone masonry paneling. Okay? So, isa yan sa kanyang usage. We have trim, no? Yung isa is paneling and we also have trim, no? These are cut stone for specific purposes like jambs, seals, no? Yung hamba, no, ng window, no? Pwede siya seals, coping, cornices, lintels, steps, and arch stones, no? Or yung tinatawag nating bourgeois. Pag nakita nyo yung stone, no, arch stone, ganito. Pag may nakita kayong arch stone, yung pinakagitna niyan, Usually pa ganyan yun trapezoidal. No? Yan. Okay. Ito stone yan. Yan. Ito yung kanyang bourgeois. No? Ito yan. That is the archstone bourgeois. Next, usage. Ay, wala na. Checklist for stone masonry. So, this one, how to check a good type of stone masonry. So, the quarry must have sufficient stone for color selected, satisfy the need of the project. Stone selected must be capable of withstanding rigors and weather. Veneer thickness, function for panel size, regarding of handling, transportation, erection, structural adequacy, and details the installation to inhibit moisture movement. So, we use damp proofing, no? Ito yung nilalagay natin on the connection between the two, no, for your walls, no. Pwede kasing itong area mo na to is your masonry paneling, no, or yung inyong trims. And then after that, may damp proofing and backup material, no, before, para hindi siya pasukin ng tubig. Okay, to inhibit moisture movement. Next, mortar, no, when used, should be one of the non-staining type, no. Hindi siya bumabakat doon sa stone masonry natin. Obtain sample to verify color, finish, and texture variation. Yan yung pinaka-importante. Why the client is using natural stone? It's because of the color, finishes, and texture. Specify shop and erection drawings together with structural computations kasi mabigat din yan pag yan yung ginamit mo. Storing stone at a project site prior to setting. Make certain temporary wood strips, no, yung pallet, no, para hindi siya nakatungtong dun sa lupa or dun mismo sa semento. During construction, unfinished stonework should be protected from weather by plastic or non-staining coverings. So those are the checklist, no, that you need to do when you encounter masonry finishes. Next in our discussion is brick masonry. We already know what is brick, no, but we will going to define it in our discussion. So brick masonry involves assembly of brick. So kanina stone, diba? Ngayon naman gamitan natin siya ng brick. Includes mortar, na yan yung nilalagay dito sa gitna between the two faces of your bricks, joint, bond or tying, and workmanship to tenure performance, appearance, strength, and weather tightness. No? So that is what we call brick masonry. No? So layout din, no? Pwedeng layout din yung tawag natin dyan. So what is a brick? So brick is made from clay or shale, right? That is finely ground, mixed with water, molded into desired shape, dried, or fired in a kiln. Pwede siyang niluluto sa apoy, no? And yung pugon, no? Sa Tagalog ay kiln, no? Sa English. So there are three processes usage to manufacture bricks, no? Number one is stiff mud process. So it means matigas, no? It's about 12 to 15% water added to the clay. After a thorough mixture is extruded through a die and cut with highly stretched wire. So that is tough mud process. Yung soft mud process naman is about 20 to 30% water, okay, added to the clay to produce a uniform plastic mass. So the mixture is placed in molds by hands or machine to prevent mix from sticking the molds. May molde, no? Or yung kung nakikita nyo sa concrete hollow blocks, no? Parang ganyan din pero closed yung baba. No? So, wetted or sanded if water is used as lubricant. The brick is called water struck. Okay? The brick is called water struck. And if sand naman ang ginamit, it's called sand struck. And next type of processes for bricks, we have dry press process. Using clay to low plasticity and addition of up to 10% of water, the mixture is placed in steel molds and subjected to pressures of 500 to 1500 psi, where most accurately form brick. So that is the dry press process for brick making. We have types of bricks, no? The building brick, which the commonly red brick you can see in the materials, no, using for a wall, used for foundations, also back up for exterior solid walls. It is being used as facing brick depending upon its color after firing. Meron kasing light red to dark red, no? So, whether the face has been textured by scoring, combing, wire cutting, or otherwise treated to provide unique surface appearance. No? So, iba yung kanyang effect, no? Pag ginamit natin siya as finishes for our walls. We have facing brick, no? Another type. It is made from clay shell or far clay or mixture of them under controlled condition. So the appearance is governed by three types. Number one is general use, exposed exterior and interior for masonry walls. Partitions where wider color range and greater variation size are permitted. Number two, general use for exterior interior where high degree of mechanical perfection, narrow range, and minimum permissible variation size are required. Then lastly, bricks are manufactured selected to produce characteristics of architectural effects resulting to non-conformity of individual units. Parang din layout ng stone masonry natin kanina. We have another type, the glazed facing brick. It's still a combination of clay, shale, or far clay mixture similar to facing brick with a finish of consisting of ceramic glaze. No? Meron na siyang kasamang ceramic glaze fused into its body. Okay? So the other requirements for concerned with properties of the finish with respect to the imperviousness, resistance to fading, ito yung mga advantage na resistance for crazing, flame spread, toxic fumes, and hardness and abrasion resistance. No? So kasi meron na siyang covering, no, na ceramic glaze. Hindi na siya madaling masisira, no. Another important factor for bricklaying is the mortar, no. Yan yung nilalagay natin dun sa face ng ating brick, no, in order for the two brick will combine or bond. So the primary function of a mortar is to bond, no. Yan yung kanyang primary function. Together so that the mortar joints are durable and act as a seal also against entrance of water. Kasi pag walang seal, walang walang mortar, papasok yung tubig, no, inside your brick masonry. Another important property of mortar is workability. Kumbaga, pwedeng ma-adjust, no, or there's an adjustment between the two pieces. Water retention, strength, and its ability to heal minor cracks. Ingredients of mortar are cementitious material like cement, no? Aggregate, specifically sand, no? Para pino, no? Pino siya pag hinalo natin. And water. So that is bonding agent na mortar. Typically, compressive strength of mortar ranges from 300 to 2,500 psi. So the adhesive quality of mortar is increased by two ways, no? Number one is mixing mortar to the maximum flow and using the maximum amount of water and re-tampering or replacing water lost through evaporation, no? So ano mo muna siya, no? Ipa-evaporate and then lagyan mo ulit ng tubig, no? Para ma-strengthen pa yung kanyang bonding quality and durability. Then also wetting clay units. Joints. These are the techniques, no, of how to manipulate the face or the finishes, no, of your mortar. So ito yung tsura niya, no, as you can see in the image, para siyang may ginagamit na tool, no, which is a tool that is being used for concave, no, para siyang nagkakaroon ng uka, no, dun sa mortar bonding ng dalawang bricks. So it is an aesthetic of brick joint determined by its size, color, and the way it is being tooled. The method is used as a joint tool is also contributes to the water tightness of the wall. The concave joint, which compresses the mortar tightly against the masonry unit, produces the best resistance to water to water penetration by densifying the surface of the mortar. So kung kanina yung isa is naka-concave, ito namang isa is naka-flush, no, or flat. So the joints that are rubbed, that are made by cutting excess mortar with a trowel, run the risk of admitting water because they do not compress the mortar, no, against the unit and the side of the joint against mortar itself. Next type of mortar defining, we have the struck. It is also struck and rake joints, no, called struck and rake joints, do not shed water and can promote leaking. So ito yung itsura ng struck, rake, and rake joints. Struck lang pala, no? Pag rake naman, ito naman, no? So parang tinanggalan mo siya ng portion, no, on the masonry side. I mean the mortar side, no. Strip joints and joints profiles do not shed water, should be limited interior walls area with arid climates and cavity walls where the mortar coat to protect the building from water intrusion. And other examples of how you do aesthetics, no, in mortar cutting. These are the example, no, the bedded, the V-shape, extruded, grapevine, and weathered. Bonding patterns. So these are laying of units, rows, and cores to tie units together. So it is developed by the mortar filling between layers of bricks and grooves when bricks are laid adjacent to each other. So itong cores niya consist of laid end to end, no, which is we call the stretcher with headers, no, which is the shorter dimension of the bricks. Stretcher is the term used when the bricks are laid with its longer side exposed, no? Yung longer side niya is exposed. And the header term naman is when the units are laid on its when the shorter units are laid with its end exposed, no? So stretcher pag mahaba yung naka-expose, header naman pag yung shorter side yung naka-expose. Okay? Ito yung itsura niyan. So these are the common types of bond patterns. So the stretcher, no, or mas kilala sa running bond, is a pattern created by laying bricks end to end or long dimension. As you can see, longer dimension yung nakaharap sa iyo, no, sa wall, sa face of the wall. So the wall is constructed with stretcher bonds are not stable enough to stand alone in cases of longer span and heights. No, yan yung ginagamit. Thus, they need supporting structures such as brick masonry columns and beams in regular intervals. Okay? So that is stretcher or running bond. Next is the running, the common or American bond. Now, so the pattern consisting of stretcher or running bond courses to 6 or 7 courses, high with the course of headers, short or the short dimension. So kung nakikita ninyo, there are portions here, no, that with shorter dimensions, laid perpendicular to the stretcher course. No, perpendicular dito sa longer side, perpendicular. Alright? Next, we have English bond, no? Oh, ito pala yan. Sorry. Itong mga side na to are being laid perpendicular to the longer side. Next is English bond. We have a pattern consisting of alternating courses and stretchers and headers, no? Stretchers, headers, stretchers, headers. So that is English bond. Next in our list is Flemish bond. It is created using one header, okay, followed by a stretcher in a course. Ito yan. Header, stretcher, header, stretcher, header, stretcher. Okay? So that is the Flemish bond. We have also other types of bond, no? The stuck bond, which is being laid so that the horizontal and vertical joints are all in one line, no? Nakikita nyo siguro yan, no, sa mga CHB, no, na yung kanyang edges are in one line, vertically aligned. Soldier course, brick laid, and with one face showing, used essentially for belt courses or flat arches. Row lock courses, header bond, and sailor course, no? So basahin niyo na lang. Ito yung itsura niya, no? For that certain layout. Stretcher, yung longer face yung kanyang nakikita. Header, shorter. Row, lock stretcher, longer side pero on a vertical manner. Ito kasi horizontal manner. Yan, nakahiga. Ito, nakatayo, no? Roller stretcher. Row lock, ito naman is yung kanyang header, no, on a vertical manner. Ito kasi yung header niyan, ang header naman is on horizontal manner. Yung soldier is yung longer side is nakatayo, and then the sailor is the longer side is on a vertical face, no, of the brick. Okay, so may pagkakaiba sila, no, and each one of them have its name and layout. Okay, so notice lang ninyo that the portion na merong mga dots, yan yung on the face of the wall, no? That's the one that's who's facing, that's the side that you're facing, okay, for each type of brick layout. Ito yung makikita natin sa time saver standards, no? The stretcher, header, row lock, soldier, sailor, and shiner. Alright. Next, we have concrete masonry units. Okay? Produced using Portland cement or yung tinatawag natin na CHB. Okay? Portland cement graded aggregates kasi dapat uniform yung sizes ng aggregates mo. Water and also water. So, it is a mix, no, with air and training admixtures, no, coloring pigments and pozzolanic materials. Manufactured by vibrating a dry, stiff, no slump concrete mixture into metal rods, immediately turning it went out into a rock so that the mold can be used immediately at a rate of 1,000 or more units, no, per hour. So may machine or may CHB molder yan na machine. Pwedeng manual, pwedeng automatic. And also have advantage over brick and stone masonry. So titingnan natin yan, no? So the curing essential to control shrinkage is done in several ways. Number 1 is air drying. Kumbaga, binibilad mo siya sa araw for about 2 to 4 weeks. Okay? Steam at atmospheric pressure. For steam naman at atmospheric pressure is faster at higher pressure called autoclaving. So ginagamitan mo siya ng machine. And also made from several shapes and sizes like 4 inches thickness. Ito yung thickness niya, no? 4 inches thickness, 6 inches thickness, 8 inches thickness. And the standard hollow block size is 8 inches in height, 16 inches in length, and the thickness varies from 6 to 8 inches. No? So, ang pinaka-common na nakikita natin sa mga bahay natin, usually is 4 inches and 6 inches. Yung 6 inches is ginagamit natin siya for exterior wall applications. At pag interior naman is 4 inches. No? For economic reasons na lang din. Other shapes, no, for the channel bond. Other shapes are channel bond, low beam, low web beam, solid unit capping, A block, H block, etc. Ito yung itsura niya. Okay? The typical shape which has two hollows, no? Two hollow core, minsan tatlo, no? May isa pa diyan na hollow core, no? So yan yung kadalasan or the common type. The bond beam, ito yung isang shape na ginagamit to bond other portions, no, of the wall. The combination and the corner round square, no? So kung notice ninyo, wala siyang pag ganito shape na part. Okay, so that is corner round square. Ito, we have different kinds of advantage, no? Strong, durable, fire resistant, weather resistant, sound resistant, everything. And disadvantage niyan is complex and labor intensive, no? Kailangan mo ng medyo sapat na tao, no, pag gumagawa ka ng layout for CHB masonry. Okay, so ito 6 inches na CHB, 3 holes. Okay, ito yung typical na nakikita natin. Used for exterior walls, septic tanks, toilet and bath, tall fences. While the CHB 4 inches naman, no, used for interior walls and lower walls. We have the sizes. Okay, so ano na natin kanina pala yan, na daanan natin. 2 types of pattern and arrangement, the running band and the stock band. So sa running band, alternate yung kanyang pattern, no, of edges. Okay? Para magkaroon siya ng interlocking on. Okay? So kung imagine niyo, yan, no. Yan. Yung mga reinforcement niya is interlocking, no, sa mga CHB. Para magkaroon siya ng mas matibay na resistance sa vibrations and other external factors or even internal factors, no. So that is running band. Ito namang stock band, although pareho din siya, we have other approaches naman sa kanya. So that is masonry. I mean CHB masonry. Next we have the mortar and grout. So magkaiba si mortar, no, at si grout, no. But it is being used as adhesive, no, or the bonding agent, no, for your masonry works. So they have different purpose. Both products are Portland cement based products, which causes them to harden. So the available sizes of the aggregates, no, which can be a stone, sand, or etc., is and also the quantity of water added to the mix. So magkakaiba sila based on the mixture, no, of what is being mixed in the Portland cement, no. So the role of mortar is to make one material stick to another. Thus, in laying bricks of concrete masonry, mortar is placed in the joints between the bricks or blocks. So that is purpose ni masonry. While the grout naman, yung grout is filler, no? Filler product intended to flow, therefore it's usually higher water content. Kumbaga yung kanyang purpose is to enter or fill the gaps, no? A mason or mason will fill the course of CMU. Kung nakikita natin, it fills in the grout, no, with a grout pala. A person installing tile use grout to fill the spaces between the tiles. Ito yung grout, no, yan, in between the two tiles. Yan yung ginagamit niya. Yung ginagamit niya dyan is yung grout. Mortar joints. Mortar joints normally 1/2 inch. Two types of mortar beds are used. Full bedding. Okay? Full bedding mula gilid hanggang taas. Hanggang gilid ulit. Yan yung full bedding, no? And face shell bedding, only the side ay yung full pala is hanggang pati dun sa horizontal side niya is nilalagyan so that the bond is much more stronger, no? While the face shell bedding naman, only the face shell is being applied with mortar. So strength ang important factor pag nagbe-bedding ka, okay? The more mortar you put, the more strength it provides. Pero disadvantage lang nun is masyado siyang laborious, no, or matrabaho siya gawin. Obtain more watertight structure. A concave joint or V-joint should be used. The crack control for masonry. So, while several factors will cause the masonry to move, like thermal change and change in moisture content, shrinkage due to moisture loss is significant and should be addressed with measured inhibit crack information. So, there are two methods to accommodate the shrink. We have to introduce control joints and provide reinforcement. Yung ating mga reinforcement, no, steel, no, to eliminate cracks. Ito yung control joints, no? Control joints are used for walls na continuous, no? So, pag continuous ang wall, yung crack niyan, probably pag magagaling sa baba, no? Gaganyan yan eh. Pag walang control joint, didiretso siya dun, no? O kung saan man niya gusto. Yan. Didiretso yan. Ganyan yung palagay na lang natin, no? So, didiretso yan pag walang control joint. Pero pag may control joint, yung crack niya is, kung di maiwasan, is hanggang dito lang. So, yung damage is being controlled by the joint or the control joint, no? So, hanggang dyan lang siya if ever man na mag-crack yung continuous wall natin, no? Okay? Next is reinforcement. So, yung steel reinforcement have dimensions, no, or variations, or di kaya, there's a reinforcement in every specific span, no, specific span of masonry layout. So, avoid CHB laying guidelines, avoid freshly made CHB kasi mahina pa yan. Pag uncured yung CHB, they are in the state of shrinkage, no, or nag-absorb pa ng tubig. So, kailangan kasi silang basain every day kasi nag-absorb sila ng tubig. Pag hindi mo yan binasa, your CHB will be weak. So, store CHB for at least 14 days for curing before using them. Recommended to test the compressive strength, dampen the CHB before laying as dry mason absorbs water. Consider plastering and rendering of surface CHB to order avoid excess absorption. Okay? So, yan lang ang lesson natin for masonry and stone materials. Okay? Please stand by sa ating Google Meet and thank you very much for listening.